Alright, welcome back to another league race, this time with TMC for round, I guess, 18 of Division 3 here in Mexico. You can see dry qualifying, dry race, so I was happy about that. I was a little bit afraid of a wet one, but yeah, would have been fine. So, getting ready for this one. Yeah, Mexico's a track where I initially hated it. It was one of my least favourite tracks. It's actually come over to me a bit more recently. I think starting with F1 2017, I got a first row start here, and in the wet qualifying, and held the race lead until like lap 30, and then just kind of tires went from there, lost it. But there's a set of kind of what we're working with. So gonna be 4-6 wings. I did experiment with 2-5, but left it. So having initially set a 15.2 banker, this is my fastest lap of the session, the 14.9. And I was pretty happy with this. There was a little bit more left. Ali done a 14.7 by that point. I was like, I'm not sure if I can beat that. So anyways, here's the last run though. Lost a little bit of time through there, but I'm actually going to gain it back through here. Much better run through that section. And we're going to have an absolutely dream run here through the S's. Watch this. So hook it up nicely through here on the outside. Full throttle this time. I lifted off before. Down to 5th extra turn, like I was just absolutely eating the time. Like, oh, this could be a good one. This could be a good one. I've only got sector 3 to negotiate, but I kind of screw up here. I run wide, get on the throttle a bit late, a little bit of time there. Rotation here, didn't hit that apex, and yeah, the lap quickly disappears. And that was a big shame because that was looking like a good time. But I don't think it would have mattered in the end. Ali improved to a 14.6. So I don't think it would have mattered, but regardless, there you go. P2 in qualifying C, Kieran Chop there reserving this race in P3. So yeah, look, I was happy with that in terms of, look, I had to be reminded in the sense that, look, it's Mexico, it's a long run down to turn one. You probably don't want to be in pole position anyways. So yeah, I was happy enough, I guess, with that. I would have liked to have completed the lap and finished it out, but right, here comes the best part of this race, right? Ready for the strategy? Ready? Do you see what the issue is? Yeah. My plan was to go for the 1-stop. It automatically defaults to the 2-stop, which I don't think it normally does. If it does, my bad. But yeah, that was tough. But we could talk about that more in a little bit. But then there's a start. Before all that, there's a start to worry about. 5 red lights. Away we go. I was a little late reacting to this, because I actually thought my wheel spin and such was actually fine, but I'm going to get swamped here. Ali's away. Kieran Chop's had absolute lightning star. Extrema and CVG are there as well. CVG comes across an Extrema, that puts Extrema into me. That was almost disastrous. But I'm going to try to hold it down the inside here. CVG is going to get, I think, pinched. And yeah, we can move through. Unsafe release is now behind as well. So big moment to oversteer though. I knew that, oh shit, this is going to be problematic. So I overtake Rich, try and cut over the left hand side as quickly as I can to try and cut off some of that inside line, and protect the racing line here, which is the preferable line. A little bit of contact on the exit there, but yeah, had to try and protect that one as quick as I could. So just trying to settle into this one now. Obviously, big picture is to not get penalties here. That is the big objective here today. After that, we kind of could take whatever comes with it. Lap 3 heading on to lap 4. You can see Kieran Choppa is dispatched of Ali for P1, obviously from earlier, but he's going to be under attack here from DRS. Thankfully, I'm just within DRS myself, so he's going to be coming under attack from DRS. Then you can see there he goes, and this will begin the second part of this race. So this is actually good because this helps their squabbling, which helps me kind of close up a bit. And I'm trying to drop DRS to unsafe release behind, but kind of just on the periphery. But with these two squabbling, it means that he's able to keep up. So lap 5. Just need to close up a little bit. I got plenty of ERS. I started with 4 laps of fuel, and I thought that was fine. That was a decent amount of fuel to start with, but yeah, just catch up slowly. We're going to try and go to lap 10 or so, maybe 9 or 10 or 11 on these softs, and kind of go from there, from the hards to the end. But we'll see what the issue with that is later. So yeah, just getting a little bit closer this time around to the next time around. Head on to lap. Actually, is it later this lap? No, lap 6 then. So I thought about going for a move this lap. Obviously, we're in the party, we could communicate this. I decided to not do it in the end. But I knew it was like, I'm going to have to try and do something here soon, because I don't want Ali to get too far away. So for now I can use it to save ERS, but push will come to shove eventually, and it's one of those where it's going to have to be done. So as I also into the back of him there. I think it's turn 4. So anyways, lap 6 this time, yeah, I was like, okay, I'm going to have to do it this time. He's out of DRS as well, which is the other problem. And yeah, open the DRS, going to make this move. Obviously we communicate this out. I want to give every chance to try and stick with Ali, but he just couldn't, so I'm going to go down the inside. Obviously we communicate and make it work. So now I can try and set off after Ali, and yeah, go from there. He had no penalties at this stage, neither did I, obviously. So well, I say obviously we have 3 warnings at this stage. I'd be pretty upset myself if I did that. So anyways, lap 9, I should have undercut this lap. I should have done it. I was thinking about it. I thought, maybe he'll go to lap 11 or 12. I should have come in this lap, but I didn't, and that was my mistake. I also should have checked my strategy at this stage. I should never have just assumed I was going to be on hards. I should have checked the strategy and confirmed what tyre I would be on for the second part of the stint. Because lap 10 into lap 11, I said I was already pitting this lap. Ali pits in as well. I was like, crap. So anyways, we just slow down in time. Ali actually speeds into the pits, and that's rough for him. So that's a 5-second penalty for him. So that's good news for me. But my unfortunate news is that they have the softs on. I saw the red coming in. I was like, please don't do this, in my head. And then obviously the verbal confirmation. I am now on softs, which means I am now nailed to a 2-stop. Not my intentions. Ali here is on a medium for his 2-stop as well. So what you saw at the start, it actually defaulted to the bottom strategy, the alternate strategy. You can see we're going to come ahead just in front of Kieran Trapp here. It actually defaulted to the alternate strategy, which I don't think it normally does. I think normally it goes for the top one, the 1-stop, but here it went for the 2-stop. The 2-stop was technically slower. It's like 3 seconds delta was slower. So I didn't press X for a start. I should have pressed X, and I should have also checked my strategy once the race has started, or even on the formation lap. So anyways, this leaves me with a few things to do. So I have to now get by Ali, absolutely, for now, because obviously now I have to stop again. So I have to make this stint. Make this work. So I have to get by him. There are now 1-stoppers I have to contend with now, which is Extrema and Unsafe Release. So I have to contend with these guys now as well, and Kieran Trapp is here behind me on the 2-stop as well. So for now, I have to get on with this. Big Shaq here is going to give Ali DRS. We weren't within DRS to start that lap, obviously, but obviously he's on hards, and so we have to try and get this done quickly. I was hoping maybe for a double toe I could maybe get by, but that wasn't going to be the case the further the straight went on. So like, I have to get by Big Shaq here. Like, I have to follow Ali through. I can't be stuck behind here. So go for the move down the inside, make it work. Thankfully, he didn't fight that too much. I've obviously had it coming together with Big Shaq in the past at Canada, but yeah, for now that will protect Ali, but there's no one in front of him to protect him next lap onwards. So yeah, that will be my chance, and here we go then. So I have to get this done, and I have to get this done right now. You can see he sets a fast lap with the DRS assistance there. So here he goes. He's going to protect the right hand side, but I know he has to come back over to the left hand side to the racing line at some point. The gap appears. There's a gap there for a car. He comes across slightly back over, a little bit of contact. He has to break out of it, and I get the move done. So I knew you can think of it. He messaged me after it, said that I was very aggressive, and it was like, yeah, okay. Like, I went for the move. The move, I feel like I had to get done. Was it aggressive? You could argue that, probably, but also at the same time, I knew he would have to come back over to the left-hand side at some stage, back over towards the racing line, because he was very deep there, and you don't want to be braking at that point of the track for that corner, not that deep. I knew he would have to go back over to the left. He did venture over a little bit to the left. I then saw the gap, went for it, and then he moved a little bit back over across, and it could have been a crash. Look, it takes 2 to tango. Thankfully, he has a brain and got out of it. But yeah, look, from my perspective, the gap appeared. I went for it. It's a move I've done before in the past. Bahrain DNS comes to mind. The left-hander at Canada is my fastest lap of the race, by the way. Turn 1 at Canada, where you drift over to the left to try and cover it, then you have to go back over to the racing line. Comes to mind as well. I've nailed a few people there this season with sticking to the left-hand side, because it actually opens up a little bit. Lap 20 though, we do come into the pits, so we were gaining. You'll see what the permutations are of this in a second. Medium tires then will go to the end, easily go to the end. Actually, I might add that. So look, that was a good stint. I was happy enough that stint I was able to pull away nice and quickly on my softs. So I use a lot of fuel in this part of the race. I use a good bit of ERS as well, and we're just going to come out. There's unsafe release on hards. There is Extrema on hards, and Psyche here is actually, I thought, actually, oh crap, he's coming, so I have to pull up my deployment. He decides to go for the dive bomb. I let him on. That could be extremely dangerous. That was really poor. So I thought that could have been very dangerous. But anyways, thankfully that was him dispatched quick enough. So so now it's getting to Extrema and it's getting up to unsafe release. So these are the guys I absolutely have to pass to win this race. I have to pass these guys. They're going to the end. So lap 22, Extrema then digging into the slipstream. He lagged back there, which is almost give you a heart attack for a second, but we do get this move done. He doesn't fight it too much. I have the fresher tires. Thankfully I came out nice and close to compare to them. You can see he's still there, leaving the space just in case, and then obviously he has to leave that, and just again I have DRS. Thankfully there's not a second detection zone, otherwise I would be in trouble, like the one in Abu Dhabi for example. But yeah, make this move now into P4 itself after unsafe release. There goes Kieran Chappie. He has an accident. He's had a off at the S's. He was going long, but unfortunately lost the car, and that's off into P3 now. So the only people in front then are unsafe release right in front of us, and then Ali, who has to pit again. And I'm assuming he's going to go long on this stint to go on to softs, would be my assumption. So, but anyways, first in front is unsafe release, and we had a little coming together at Russia not too long ago. Well, he came, I say come together, he moved across late, and it almost ended up in the crash, but didn't put up such resistance this time around. Different tires, of course, difficult to fight, and yeah, can just carry on then. And we're going to stick on board for this, I think, just to see where Ali is in comparison then. So what the gap I have to start making up is, because he used to pit again, I'm assuming he's going to be on softs. So the gap we have to work with for now is 15 seconds. So lap 26 is his lap. Ali is choosing to pit. I'm now 12.8 seconds behind, so I'm making a little bit of time up in this stint. He critically has to serve his 5-second penalty, and I believe at this stage I also know he has a 3-second time penalty as well. I have no penalty. I have one warning at this stage, so I'm fairly confident that I'm not going to be getting another one for the rest of this race. So plus I know Ali has to negotiate the traffic in terms of he also has to get by unsafe release and Extrema. So I was happy enough with that, and that was basically it. Like obviously Ali came, he passed unsafe release, he passed Extrema, he was catching up to me. Obviously, well actually he was, and then he actually wasn't. He actually had it in the 5-second range, and then it just I managed to extend it back out to 6 near the end. I think his tires were going to fade a bit, but this is the big win. This is a big win, and this is a big win for me, as 25 points will take me to a 41-point lead in the standings. No Caesar, of course, this week. He'll be back next week, and I believe now we've missed the same number of races, so I believe it is game on. So yeah, 41 points, 3 races left. Happy enough with that as a margin to work with. I obviously want to still try and see it out next time out, but yeah, big win there. I didn't want to do the 2-stop. It wasn't my plan, but thankfully, like I would have, if Ali had gone for the 1-stop, I think I may have been. Now I'll look, the penalties came into a factor as well, but yeah, I think I would have been really in trouble. I would have really been sweating this one a lot more had Ali had done the 1-stop. Thankfully, things that helped me, obviously the Kieran Chopper tire, and obviously I think he would have been a factor in this race a bit later on, possibly. But the factors for me that, obviously, look, the things that kind of put my mind at ease of this is like, okay, look, I made the mistake of not choosing the hards and then selecting the hards in the race. Ali doing the 2-stop, okay, that kind of helped me a bit, because like, okay, he's gone with me in a sense. And look at that, that's a nice sight. Look at that, everyone else got a penalty and I don't. That's a nice feeling. That's vindication for like, yeah, that's what I came to do today. But the other thing that put me mind at ease was that Ali had that. He had that same strategy as me, had those penalties, but also where I came out in retrospect to extreme unsafe release after my 2nd stop. Those are things that were kind of put my mind at ease. And once the 2nd stint kind of began for me on those mediums, once Ali came in, I wasn't really afraid. So yeah, thankfully nice lap times were nice and consistent at times as well. So yeah, that's going to do it for this round of TMC round number 18 of Division 3. Next up is USA, a track I do quite enjoy. So again, this is, like I said for a long time, this is my part of the calendar. Like, this is where I come to the fore. This is my town. This is my town. of the calendar. This is my part. Until next time.